Hello everyone, Pupperfish Pat here, or just Pat. Today we're checking out a video from a really cool cardinal, Ohio. You may notice in the description or the video it has a what appears to be an L is actually an I, so it may be hard to find his channel. But I'll definitely be linking the channel as well as the video in the description below. This video is called Comparison, and we'll, per usual, we'll comment as we go. If we need to rewind, we will do so and continue. And with that out of the way, let's get started. Envy comes from people's ignorance of or lack of belief in their own gifts. Jean Vanier. This is true. Sometimes I think to myself, I see the skills that some folks have, and I think to myself, I have envy. Usually it's in a sort of a jokey way, but that is true. Maybe less of, maybe not so much ignorance, but definitely in my case, a lack of belief. Oh, I'm gonna check to see if there's. I go back a little bit. I really like the sort of fantasy feel of the landscape and the strings to start. Oh, that was a nice cut. That was a nice jump with the blacksmith. Again. Looks really, really good. This is a bit more modern, but it doesn't matter. This looks really, really good.
I look around, I see greatness. Everyone's talent and hatiness. I look to myself, I see flaws. My soul is shaking, it withdraws. Eyes are blind.
Okay, just going back a little quick here. There is. I don't know why. I think the video already had the subtitles turned on. I actually turned them off. Let's see here.
I look to myself, I see flaws.
Okay, so this is something that I personally struggle with. It's if I were to be asked, what do you see when you look in a mirror? And I immediate response is a reliable disappointment. It's something that you only see your weaknesses. You only see your shortcomings. And I'm not sure why, but
my soul is shaking, it withdraws. Eyes are blinded, filled with envy. Hate in my heart is a frenzy. Anger and malice, what I see. I am raging with jealousy. How can I go on? How can I go on?
this is also something that's really interesting. Again, I'm probably going back to my own personal experiences here, where, and I think this is a problem that, again, I'm only going to speak about. I can't speak for others. I refuse to speak for others, but for myself, it always comes back to I see where someone is or where they're going, and for some reason, in my idiotic brain, I think that they've always been there. It's as though I can't seem to comprehend the fact that they started from somewhere else. They started at the bottom. They started from scratch, and now they're here. I'm discovering them where they're at now. I mean, I discovered Mr. Skybrows, Mr. Nihilith, this cool cardinal. I just discovered, I believe yesterday. Maybe I believe that's some a comment on my video today. I just discovering really cool people, but my idiotic brain just keeps thinking that they've always been, for lack of a better word, they've always been great. That they didn't have to build up to be great. That they were always there. And the fact that I am not great, the fact that I am horribly flawed, the fact that I am, well, stupid and lazy and a coward means that I will never be able to approach. So in my mind, I think, why bother? Why put the effort in? Because it's never going to be good enough to get to that point. And it becomes just a horrible cycle of which leads to procrastination and doubt. And it really is, it's not in, I don't think of it as more of the jealousy of the saying of jealousy or envy is like drinking poison and hoping the other person gets sick. For me, it's just I know they're doing well, but you're poisoning yourself and accomplishing nothing. You don't wish them ill. It's just you're just poisoning yourself, and this is something I'm really struggling to get past, which is why I've tried to be not try to be. I focus on sort of I wouldn't say go so far as saying hype, but or cheerleading, but to praise and try to share the great work that people are doing because this is really great. And hopefully, by seeing more and more people doing great things, I may build up the courage to dip my foot or dip my toes in the water.
How can I stand with these gods among men?
Exactly. This is a faster way of what I was trying to say. We have Lady Wasabi. I learned her name. I was referring to her as Louisver. So now, Lady Wasabi. Oh, and going back, I didn't name them, which I really should. That's very disrespectful of me. We have starting off with Mr. Mav Luck, and of course the ever super creative, just seems to have a never-ending wellspring of inspiration, Mr. Nihilith. Okay, good. And I don't know if I mentioned her, but Miss Lusty Lynx. She has a lot of fun energy. This is true. It is a thief of joy. There's other little, and I don't know if it's a cliche or not, but there's another saying. I don't know who said it, but it's perfection is the antithesis of authenticity. You strive so hard to be perfect and flawless that in a way you lose yourself in the process. And then you go and trying to compare yourself to others, thinking, of course, put them on a pedestal, and it just becomes a whole horrible mess.
Tears me up inside, leaves my life destroyed. I'm all alone, fighting this war within.
Yeah, the worst part is you're your own worst enemy. You are your own worst enemy, and it's not good. I believe this is a Miss Celestium, who, after all she's been going through recently, she is a tough bean. She is. Nah. We have Mr. Silas Frostrunner and Captain Keen. It is cool. This cool cardinal got the captain's bandana sash. That is neat.
Looking at them is my downfall. The past is hidden.
I am so sorry. I know this is Mr. Gaming Syndicate. This is Mr. Psychro. I believe this is Mr. Null FM, though I could be wrong. I reckon I saw React with Miss Penny Bloomfield, and she mentioned that this gentleman's name is I want to say it's Null FM, and if I'm wrong, I am sorry.
From us all, struggles unknown.
I know the gentleman on the left is the X Count. I cannot place you, which I'm sorry.
Trials unseen, they rose above.
Miss Ember with her strays.
Something to glean. Break yourself, leave it all behind. Dismantle those thoughts in your mind. Shed ego, lay down your pride. Push those dark feelings all aside. How can I go on?
Go back real quick here. Like dismantle those thoughts in your mind.
Shed ego.
Shed your ego and lay down your pride. One of the probably the best tools is to be very teachable. That one thing I personally do believe that wisdom can be found anywhere. You just have to be able to, I'm not gonna say dismantle it, but sort of break it down into a way that you yourself can use it in a way that you yourself can apply it into your own life. But that requires that you have to let go of your ego and your pride and to think that you are always right. Which is really funny because if you look at yourself in the mirror and think that you're only see your flaws, but at the same time, you know that you're flawed. You know that you're not perfect, but at the same time, you don't want to, your pride won't let you correct those flaws. It's very bizarre, but you have to be able to say that you're not perfect, but you can improve. And there is no you don't need a quote unquote permission slip to try and improve. Look to those that are ahead of you as inspiration and follow their example. Don't try to be them. In other words, and this is gonna be cliche as all get out, but don't try to be the next them. Be the first you in your own way. It's like every story in the world has been told already, but not by you. And that's something that can be really helpful. But yes, you let go of your ego and be teachable and try to learn from what others are doing.
Oh, lay down your pride, push those dark feelings all aside. How can I go on? How can I go? How can I stand with these gods among?
Miss Leaflet in her cowboy outfit, which is really, really cool. Again, you can't. I was going to do an oxymoron. She's always going to be adorable. In some way, she's always going to be adorable. I'm sorry. I can't. I don't recognize you. Mr. Night Owl, BT. Okay. Like, I don't know. I don't recognize you. Night Owl. Mr. Night Owl. This is Mr. Feeble Mind. Mr. Skybrows. Going back here, and this is gonna be really, really stupid. I just remembered something about this blacksmithing scene. There's nothing to do with the video, which I'm sorry about that. But there's one channel I like to watch called Townsend's. They do historical reenactments about the 18th century, and one of the videos they had were talking about blacksmithing. And apparently one of the things they would do when someone would come and say, "I want to be an apprentice," sort of like a way to mess with people or to, I guess, test them to see if they knew any of blacksmithing. They would be working on some metal and they would say, "Here, take this metal." It would look normal, but it'd be really, really hot. I just remember, like, I don't know why that just reminded me of that. Sorry.
Now we can stand with these gods among men, looking at.
We have Lord Intellectual here. I don't remember their name. Glean, I believe, but I could be terribly wrong. And this, of course, Cosmic Otaku.
At them, we all can rise again.
It's Ovted, I believe. And, of course, Miss Penny.
'Cause comparison will.
I know this is Miss Mizuki. I want to say this is Miss Venatrix. And I'm going to go back to go to this entire verse because I want to get through it again. But Mr. Giffen Knight. In fact, I'm going to go back right now. Because now it's like, especially with folks like Mr. Skybrows and Mr. Realmind and Captain Keen, with their Discord server, there is a place that you can, the bonfire.
Among men, looking at them, we all can rise again. 'Cause comparison will not steal our joy. United we stand, our souls will deploy. We're all together, fighting. Compare me to yesterday.
Yeah, that's a also a very good lesson there. Um, don't don't compare yourself to you. I guess in ways, don't compare yourself to someone else. Don't compare yourself to others. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday. And of course, yeah, the cool cardinal here. Excuse me, choking up a little bit there. Growth begins when we begin to accept our own weakness. Down there. Yeah, this is a really, really well done, and it is a very good message about the the bizarre lure of comparing yourself to others. The In a weird way, it's a comforting thing. It's comfortable to say it's sort of an excuse, a cop out, if you will, to have say that. Well, I'm never gonna get there, so I'm not gonna try. But what you want to do is still eating at you. It's still there. It's still just like trying to get out, but you just keep it closed in. So guess what? It just festers and it just winds up poisoning you. Real quick, though, I'm gonna go back real quick just so we can get to the folks that I didn't mention because I feel as odd as it sounds to struggle to not mention them. I don't know if I mentioned him already, but of course, Mr. Griffinite. We have Miss Bupela and Miss Powder. Such great musician, Miss Bupela. He has some really, really cool songs. I don't know this gentleman. This angelic fella. I learned their names and I keep forgetting. I need to write a list of all the folks because there's so many cool folks and I feel bad for either getting their name wrong or just not remembering. Oh. Nope, no. There you go. We have Miss Vesper Unfiltered. Given the halo, I want to say this is Miss Kirsha. Also, the looks like the tie on her looks as well. Typically, when folks draw have Miss Kirsha and things, they go with her known cherry earrings. I think I missed someone. Aha, I knew it. Goddess Nasky and Mr. Truckerman. Apparently her name is actually Nasky Holy Goddess, but for the sake of my memory, I'm going to keep calling her Goddess Nasky. I believe that is everyone. Yeah, this is a great song. Obviously, of course, going to give the cool cardinal a thumbs up. Tell them what awesome job they did. And with out of the way, I hope you all have a wonderful day. Take care, and I will see you next one. All right. Bye.